And we are back on the Farmers and Merchants pregame show on 100.3 The Ride for the Colby Eagles' final regular season game of the year. We will have a playoff game, and we'll be with you for that as well. But in the meantime, we've got Coach Mosier here prior to our matchup with Scott City. Good practice today. How are you feeling, Coach?
Yeah, it was a good practice. It was a windy day, and the kids really focused and got after it. Sometimes those are tough. In a helmet and wind, it's hard to hear, and so everything just gets kind of messed up. And, they battled well. We had a really good week of practice. I was happy with the attention to detail and the intensity the kids brought. And so, we're ready to go for Friday.
Now we'll start, as usual, with last week at Lakin. Gave us a show, went down to the wire. Obviously, Braden had that last-minute pick and the touchdown go-ahead as well. We talked about it so much post-game. You were very happy with the culture and how much that win meant to you. What was kind of the message to the team after that one?
Yeah, I'm just happy with the buy-in that we've had from the players. In big moments, you need players to make plays and be willing to take a chance, and it worked out for us. And so I'm really happy with all the buy-in that we've had, and I think you can see that in the way we play. It's a little more free and excited, but now it's just figuring out the beginning of the game and how we can start just a little bit faster.
Fair enough. And you have been starting fast most of the season. I think that was actually the first game or at least in a while, that you didn't score first. But a chance to rebound, of course, against Scott City. And you had a better record. No matter what happens the rest of the year, you have a better record now than last year. First year as your head coach. Obviously, you were an assistant last year. But what does it mean to you personally to have that in the books?
I think that's a testament to the kids. They've really bought in and brought it, and that equals wins. And, 4 wins, we don't exactly want that to be a standard here in Colby. But getting to 4 wins is a feat with the schedule that we play. And so really happy with the kids. I mean, that's more them than it really is me or any of the staff or the community. So that's just kids being tough and battling and finding ways to win games.
Now this week you got Scott City down in Scott City, another chance to play on turf. And I don't have to tell you just how good they are. They've been a powerhouse for a while now, and they're very good again this year. What's the key to kind of making sure that your team goes into this knowing or believing, that they can win this one?
Yeah, you have to have the belief you can win any game. There's always a way to win a game. It's just whether you're going to find it or not. And, we have to show up and be physical and read our keys and, play disciplined football. And we all need to rally to the ball and tackle. And that's really the key. There's really no special formula or anything like that. So that's what we've been working on this week.
Now, they have a ton of weapons across the field, but it starts and ends with Colin McDaniel, their senior running back, does a bunch out of the backfield as well, catching passes, 1,100 all-purpose yards. What has been the key so far game planning against him?
They always have really good backs. They're always pretty talented. I think the thing that stands out to me is their offensive line and defensive line. I mean, they're big and fast, and so we're definitely going to have to bring it. And, we always talk about whether you're getting the punch thrown at you or you're throwing the punch. And so we're going to have to throw it because they're a really talented team. They're a playoff caliber team. And that's what we talked about with the kids this week is that we're going to get a chance to see where we measure up against a playoff caliber team and hopefully come out on the right end of it.
Now, Scott City's defense picked off Goodland's quarterbacks, obviously the two of them combined, 3 times last week. Kaysen hasn't had or thrown a pick in 2 weeks. What's the balance of aggressive play calling against a good team, but then also, making sure you don't make any mistakes?
Yeah, offensively, when we play discipline, we just take what the defense gives us. We've definitely taken some chances throughout the year, and that's built in, but at the end of the day, we just got to take what the defense gives us, and we'll respond accordingly.
They're 4-3 right now. You got a 2-game win streak going for the first time in more than 2 years. What'll it take to make it 3 games in a row tomorrow?
we're going to have to win the turnover battle, be a more physical team, and throw the first punch, man.
Fair enough. And we will have more of the Farmers and Merchants pregame shows. We finish up and get into kickoff here in Scott City on the other side of the break on 100.3 The Ride. Perfect.
Good work, sir.